The Last Resort Season 2 finally ended on March 24, 2025. 90 Day Fiancé fans witnessed some heartwarming and emotional confessions on the last episode, Peace at Last, which aired on Sunday. Julia and Brandon were among the few pairs that made their final decision before the recommitment ceremony. Surprisingly, the former asked her husband whether he would support her in bringing her parents to the United States. She wanted him to be clear about their future goals before recommitting to their marriage. The TLC couple experienced some heartbreaking moments throughout their journey on the show. Brandon struggled to trust Julia due to her back-to-back confessions of her secrets during couples therapy. However, the former struggled to trust again when his wife secretly applied for her parents' visa. Did he agree to support her? Have they recommitted to their marriage? Julia and Brandon were always the most loved pair on the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. Fans never wanted their marriage to fall apart. They made numerous efforts to stay together in the last resort. Brandon didn't want to lose Julia and wanted their marriage to work out. However, the latter's confessions about her secrets broke the former's trust. She admitted cheating on her husband during her last trip to Russia. The TLC star admitted to kissing her ex-boyfriend and even hid her infertility issues with him. Brandon took time to process everything before he was hit right on his face with another confession. Julia opened up about applying for her parents' visa without informing her husband. Brandon lost his calm and packed his bags to leave the resort. He wasn't ready to hurt himself with new secrets. Julia and Brandon experienced many shocking moments on The Last Resort Season 2. Throughout the season, the latter believed divorce was a major possibility in their marriage. He suffered a panic attack on the show after discovering some shocking truths about his wife. The 90 Day Fiancé star had the chance to save his marriage during the season finale of the ongoing spin-off. In it, Julia used a metaphor to explain to Brandon her priorities. She stated, "That is 2 rocks, what I carry all the time in the mountains. That is my rock, parents. That is your rock, baby." The reality TV star was ready to pick the second option and threw 1 rock away. Trubkina agreed to compromise on the baby topic. However, she kept the second rock with herself to express that her parents would still stay with her. Hence, she asked whether he would compromise on that to save their marriage. Fortunately, Brandon agreed to help his wife with her parents' visa process. He also explained why he chose to change his mind. The TLC star noted, "I think I was too focused on how we're going to make it all work." Moreover, Brandon believed that their marriage at that point was strong enough to work through it. He expressed his love for his wife before recommitting to their marriage. 90 Day Fiancé stars David Toborowski and Annie Sowen just announced huge career success after welcoming baby Minthiramad. The couple also hit $1 million success due to David's realtor job. Therefore, they all smiled at the latest milestone together and called for a celebration. David, who is in Thailand, is making a hefty profit remotely. David started his real estate agent journey in America. He is based in Arizona and sells properties around the area. His team assists him in providing clients with the best deals. David and Annie have built a dream life with their daughter. They never thought they would become parents unless they gained financial stability and opted for IVF. What news did David and Annie give to fans? Annie Sowen and David Toborowski are fully enjoying their life as new parents. She gave birth to their little angel, Minthira, via section, even though she wanted a normal delivery. The duo is now busy bonding with their girl at their home in Thailand. They constantly upload videos and pictures of themselves, looking thrilled to cherish every moment. In a March 15th Instagram post, David confirmed that he and his wife, Annie, had finally brought Minthira home. He shared a cute picture of their baby, wearing an adorable headband and tutu. The following day, David posted another photo showing how he holds Minthira. Later, on March 18th, he shared that both Annie and Minthira had to go for their first checkup after leaving the hospital. Both the mother and daughter are fine. David Toborowski and Annie Sowen have tried their hands at different businesses. While some became successful, others were doomed. In addition to working as a realtor, David partnered with his better half to launch their first ever cookbook in Thailand. The reality stars published it before Annie's due date. Annie and David revealed that their recipe book has reached many people who love it. David recently posted on his Instagram story that fans can buy the cookbook's hard copy as it is newly made. It is already available in paperback. His story post showed Annie donning a maroon dress embellished with huge black bows. Annie held a copy of the recipe book to tell everyone that she and David created it with their love and sweat. Netizens can download the book The Secret Taste of Love via the link on the publisher's page, which David added to his story. It is great to see the couple expand their book's success and earning income. However, some fans have previously been against David and Annie's updates since they allegedly used Minthira's image for promotion. Many people didn't appreciate the move, which might have impacted the couple's lives. Despite the controversy, they have come together to honor their mutual love for food. If they keep receiving support, they might decide to write more books in the future. 90 Day The Last Resort star Josh Weinstein's new cast member girlfriend will finally be unmasked at the Season 2 tell-all after his split with Natalie Mordovtseva. Josh was introduced in 90 Day, The Single Life Season 2 as a romantic interest of Natalie when she dumped Sequin-based husband Mike Youngquist and moved to Florida. While Josh never fully committed to Natalie, she kept wanting more from him, like money, a house, a car, and a baby. Natalie moved to California for Josh, who she thought would help her become a Hollywood actress and model. However, Josh even refused to think of Natalie as his girlfriend. They broke up plenty of times before heading to the last resort to seek couples therapy, where they finally split up, and Josh found someone new to date. 90 Day Fiancé on Instagram has posted a trailer for the upcoming The Last Resort Tell-All, which shares a bombshell revelation about Josh and Natalie. Host Sean Robinson turns to Josh while filming and asks him if he has started to see anyone else. "Well, you know, I do like somebody. A lot. We've been hanging out a lot," Josh admits as Natalie looks on in disgust. Sean tells the cameras that they actually have invited the new woman Josh has been seeing to the tell-all. "Some of you might recognize her already," she adds and continues. "Please welcome, Josh and Natalie's was a complicated relationship. He refused even to take her to his house in Arizona or introduce her to his kids. Natalie should have known that it meant he was never going to become her fourth husband, but she may have lingered on because being with Josh gave her TV time, and she could live off his money. Josh couldn't help Natalie with her acting or modeling career either, and it was revealed that he was messaging other women, such as Sophie Sierra, behind Natalie's back. Natalie even accused Josh of having a secret girlfriend. Josh was linked to a woman named Callie Tagle, who happened to be his co-worker. It was rumored that Josh and the woman had a home together and had been dating for several years before he met Natalie. It could be that Natalie was the one who started this rumor out of jealousy. Her reactions to Sean inviting Josh's new partner on stage say everything about what's going on in Natalie's mind at the moment. She will be watching Josh move on so easily while she keeps chasing her dreams of Hollywood and becoming a mother in the U.S. Josh was recently spotted at the airport with a mystery blonde woman. The woman was supposed to be his new girlfriend. However, it didn't look like anyone familiar to 90 Day. The Last Resort viewers. Josh was linked to Elizabeth Poth's sister, Jen, but the woman pictured wasn't her either. It could be that the woman is a crew member who the cast know but not the viewers, and that's what Sean meant by her statement. 90 Day. The Last Resort star Stacy Silva's message to Florian Sukic a year after filming the recommitment ceremony felt like a final goodbye. Stacy and Florian were together when Stacy debuted in Before the 90 Days, Season 1 with sister Darcy Silva. Unlike Darcy, Stacy was not looking for love. On Darcy and Stacy, 5 years later, Florian came to the U.S. on AK-1 visa. It was revealed that Florian had cheated on Stacy, but she married him, only to still not trust him 5 years later on The Last Resort. Despite it all, they agreed to stay together. However, it's been a year since the show was filmed, and things are not the same between Stacy and Florian. People interviewed Stacy after the finale of The Last Resort Season 2, where she said, "Florian's doing some new things, and I wish him the best," while revealing that she has been focused on improving herself since filming. Stacy mentioned that it was a growing and learning time for her. Despite the possible breakup, she felt like she was in a good place in her life. In the interview, Stacy shared that learning to listen was crucial for everyone and believes she and Florian have made significant progress in that area. After almost 10 years together, Stacy and Florian reaffirmed their love for one another and stayed married. Stacy confronted Florian after her twin sister Darcy claimed she saw him leave a bar with 2 women. Darcy claimed that one of the women later told her husband, Georgi Rusev, to thank Florian for taking her home. Stacy asked Florian point-blank if he was sleeping with other women behind her back. However, Florian denied it. He insisted he was just helping some woman who had been too drunk walk home safely. The woman happened to live in their apartment complex. Stacy noticed a pattern in Florian's denials after he was caught cheating. However, he assured her that she was the priority of his life during the recommitment ceremony. Stacy also apologized to Florian and promised not to leave him. Interestingly, after the episode aired, when other couples were posting photos together, Stacy posted a solo video and stated that she was grateful for the experience and that she tried her best. Florian never shared any updates, though. Stacy will likely make a comeback as a single cast member, even if Stacy and Florian parted ways after 90 Day. The Last Resort Season 2, she has hinted at her return to the franchise. It means that Stacy won't talk about her split openly yet and will have saved it for the cameras. Florian teased their breakup when he posted a picture with a famous model and influencer on Valentine's Day instead of Stacy. Stacy, too, has been talking about self-love a lot. It can be assumed that Stacy regretted forgiving Florian at the Arizona resort. 90 Day Fiancé fans had an overwhelming week watching their favorite couples experience intense drama and emotional confessions. TLC just aired the Last Resort season finale on March 24, 2025. Fans of the franchise witnessed some intense moments in the last episode, Peace at Last. Unfortunately, not everyone recommitted their vows in the episode. Two of the couples who participated in couples therapy ended their journey even before the recommitment ceremony. They chose not to continue their relationship and move forward in life. Meanwhile, four other couples made it to the ceremony to decide the fate of their marriages. Which of them are still together? Have they all recommitted their vows? What happened in the last episode? Keep reading to learn everything about it. 90 Day Fiancé fans witnessed all the drama and heartbreak on the Last Resort Season 2. The ongoing season featured 6 couples at the retreat program. Unfortunately, 2 of them had already called it quits before making it to the recommitment ceremony. Josh and Natalie, Ariella and Biniam were among the few couples who ended their relationship in therapy. They went through some extreme challenges during the show. Josh and Natalie were the only unmarried couple with the most problematic storyline on the season. Meanwhile, Ariella and Biniam only wanted to save their marriage for their son Aviel. However, they realized they were not meant to be at the retreat and gave up on each other. Fans were glad that the couple parted ways for good. The Last Resort Season 2 allowed the 90 Day Fiancé couples to address their infidelity concerns, trust issues, and future goals through intense therapy and counseling. Stacy and Florian, Jasmine and Gino, Brandon and Julia, and Rob and Sophie were the 4 couples who made it to the ceremony. Fortunately, Stacy and Florian recommitted to their marriage after facing massive trust issues. However, Stacy was concerned about her husband's level of commitment when he forgot to prepare his written vows. She stated, "I don't know how much thought he's putting into it." Florian apologized for his past mistakes and promised to prioritize his wife. Jasmine and Gino also continued to stay together and move forward with their open marriage setup. The latter hesitated to keep Matt as the 3rd person in their marriage before the ceremony. But he ultimately chose to do everything possible to save their marriage and solve their intimacy issues one day. Meanwhile, Julia used a metaphor of 2 rocks to explain her priorities in life. To make a compromise, she agreed to have a second medical opinion on her infertility. Still, she wanted to bring her parents to the U.S. and wanted her husband to help her out. Brandon agreed to help his wife figure everything out. Sophie and Rob parted ways after an emotional confrontation. The former wanted to keep her husband in her life, even though she knew they can't make it work. Sadly, Rob couldn't understand how they could stay in each other's lives and parted ways. Natalie Mordov-Siva from 90 Day. The Last Resort has been trying to present herself as innocent despite her previous controversial actions, both on and off-screen. She arrived in the United States in 2020 to marry her now ex-husband, Mike Youngquist. Natalie spent several months with Mike in Sequim, Washington, before ultimately ending their marriage. Following her split from Mike, Natalie joined the 90 Day Fiancé spin-off to showcase her new romantic relationship with Josh Weinstein. Despite still being married to Mike, Natalie was trying to start a family with her new boyfriend, Josh in America. Unfortunately, Natalie's relationship with the modeling agency CEO, Josh, didn't unfold as she had hoped. She struggled to get Josh to commit to her fully and was unable to have a baby with him, a dream she had always harbored. In 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2, Natalie and Josh seek therapy in an attempt to address their issues. However, it became apparent that Josh was no longer invested in dealing with Natalie's unpredictable behavior and wasn't interested in finding a resolution. Ultimately, Natalie and Josh ended their relationship towards the end of the season. Splitting from Josh has humbled Natalie. In March 2025, she posted a clip from the show, discussing her feelings about what happened at the resort. Natalie wrote, "Words like daggers, soft and sharp, cut through silence, hit the heart." Natalie's post received mixed reactions from fans, with some wishing her a bright future and others criticizing her for portraying herself as a victim. Natalie was reminded of how she disrespected Josh on the show, even going as far as to kick him. Some internet users also discussed how she betrayed Mike after their marriage, leaving him to pursue her American dream. After Natalie ended her relationship with Mike and Josh, there was speculation that she was facing deportation. In March 2025, Natalie surprised everyone by announcing she had left the United States. She posted photos and videos of herself from the Dominican Republic, where she was taking surfing lessons at a school. Through her posts, Natalie aimed to inspire and spread positivity among her fans, making it seem as though she was on the path to healing from a significant heartbreak and portraying herself as blameless in her relationship with Josh. It seems Natalie had a reality check when she realized that Josh was already in a relationship with another woman. She remains single and without a baby in a country far from her home in Ukraine. Natalie probably feels like a victim because her biological clock is ticking and she lacks support in fulfilling her dreams. While she may not have been Josh's ideal partner, she did try to build a future with him. Therefore, it is understandable for the 90 Day. The Last Resort star to feel hurt that Josh is already with someone else while she's alone. Michael Ilisamy from 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, has an unexpected life update to share with fans after Angela Deem recently admitted she was feeling lonely without her Nigerian husband. Michael has been using Instagram to share some skits on reels that help him show his acting prowess. His latest reel, however, seems to be hinting at Michael's dating life, a year since he left Angela. The video shows Michael coming across a couple who are cuddling next to a car with its hood open. Michael looks at them with disgust. He angrily walks to them, and while the couple are distracted, Michael slams the hood of the car shut, in turn smashing the man's fingers in the hood.